Are you ready? Are you ready for another day, time, event, occasion with Robert Hagan in his humble studio with my two dogs who are over there. Furby's eating laying down, so she's got the right sort of idea. And Nanook, are you okay over there? Look, Furby. You right there, Furby? You're a good girl, yes you are. Now my hair is almost as good as yours, isn't it? Hey? You think I should change my hair to the same hair as you? They're a bit confused, they are. They're not quite sure it's me. Well, if I turn around this way, how's that? Is that any better? Hey? Is no better? Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. You're eating all your little crackers there. Nanook, so he's had his meal today, I think. Nanook's. Now these dogs, they had 3 swims yesterday. They had a really good time. And one of the things you've got to remember when you're painting, right, is sometimes you get frustrated. Sometimes you just get angry at yourself. You get angry at your painting, mainly because it might not work. And so, well, mainly because it either doesn't work or it goes askew with for some other reason. Maybe just a lack of concentration, or you just hit the wrong colour, or you just didn't feel revved up enough to make it really fly and climb to the heights that you want your painting to climb to. So when that happens, you've got to re-gear and refocus and reinvent yourself sometimes even to that point, right? So, as I said last week, if you come out here, one of the things that I have, in case, well, I sometimes I'll go and play with the dogs outside, but other times, you come in here, right, and you just, as you go around, you just bang the ball around, right? Try and stay focused. If you can hit that ball 3 or 4 times, like that, even a back one like that will always, a bouncing globe. A chop like that, if you're really betting, knife kick, right? Now I'm really revved up now to paint, so I've got myself sorted out. Any hang-ups I had are all gone now, right? As you can see that I'm totally relaxed, I'm revved up, and I can run now, I can actually go for it. I'll have a sip of coffee, a bit of a caffeine whack, and gather my breath again after that. That's my exercise for the day. And have a look at this. This is what I've been doing the last few days. I've been busy. See this girl here? Doesn't that umbrella pop? Look at the yellow. The rest is really sitting, walking in and out of cool and warm greys. Green grey, blue grey, cool, a yellow grey up here. The only real push here is the white in the waves and the highlights there. But that yellow simply pops out. It just drives that painting. It's almost in the middle of the whole painting actually too. It's in a sweet spot, but the two girls sort of bounce it off. It's a little bit too central. I've still got a bit more work to do in here. Right, but it's sitting there. I've got 2 birds down here that give us some perspective. Also brings the weight back down this side and offset by the weight over here, the other 2 birds. So it's balanced. It's a little bit regular. I'll possibly put another bird over here somewhere, just disappearing over the waves there to give it a little bit more perspective. But the power of that yellow, right? We're going to do that power of the yellow today. Now that we're talking about, now here it is up here. See this? Now this is where we're going to go. We're going to start this one today. Now I'll go and put my painting hat on now because now that I've gone through my exercise and I've had to get myself sort of tuned in to the exercise regime. Now I want you to tell me how that sound is. And I want you to tell me if the new cameraman is as good as the last cameraman. Remember, we've had a New Zealander called Peter. We had Sarah in here last week, and this week we've got someone from New York who's been here visiting his father. All right, and it happens to be, those of you in the workshop will remember Graham, and he's behind the camera with a new sort of bit of gear there that should be mind-boggling actually, because it just pans, it goes up and down. It should be perfectly balanced. He's just moving that camera up and down about about 2 feet up, 2 feet down, tilting it one way and the other. And it's an incredible looking bit of gear. I wish you could see it actually, but it's really, really amazing. I'll tell you what, I'll post a photograph of it. So there we are. Okay, so we've had a good day. Now, let's remember what we've been doing. And the last painting we did is where? Here it is over here. I'm going to send that to Linda actually. That's the last one we did. Alright? We worked the greys. It's a nice painting actually. We did that in about 45 minutes, Graham. Flat chat. And we had a couple of times on the punching ball. Well, this time I'm going to use, here we go. Here's my colours. I'm going to use this scene here. Now that scene there, I thought that was pretty nice. Now why is it nice? I shot that. It was in New Jersey, outside Motel 6, the elegant, sophisticated, a chain of hotels that artists like me stay at, right? We can't afford the razzmatazz 5-star, 6-star jobs. We've got to sort of go back to the 1 and 2 star. Now let me put my hat on. Over we go. I could put the other wig on, but I won't right now. Now that one goes up here. That's my exercise wig. I don't wear it. I only wear it for exercise. I don't go out and try and wow up the girls with that, because I mean they'd pick me straight off. They'd say, "Look at that madman. He's got a wig on." Can't do that. I mean, you've got to. I mean, women will pick me out if I come in something dressed like that or a little bit outlandish, right? They'll say, "He's not genuine. There's something wrong about that man," and they pick it out pretty quickly. Right, now, 3 colours, basic primaries here. I'd quite like this. I'm going to just fiddle around here with a bit, down here to the thinner. Graham's going to try and keep pace with me here. I'm going to just block in a little bit of blue in there, like that sky in here. You see what I've got there? Excuse me, Mike. Throw a little bit of yellow against that. So he goes in the photograph, it's white. Right. Well, we'll throw that into yellow. And I'll just come up in here. There. Make it nice and thin so it sits in there. That looks all right. Throw a bit down in here. Now that should work. If I can throw some trees against that, that might look pretty good. So this is that fan brush, right? Now I'm getting some more brush kits made, another 500 actually, which is good. Well, it's not good for me because it costs me money, but the point is, look at that brush now, you think, now that brush is useless, but you watch what it does. Now I could use a pastry brush here, but I do find that this sort of bushwork that we're going to do now, and sliding work is really handy. This brush, you just twist it, watch what I do with my hand. Just roll it over, bring it back, keep on rolling it. I find that sort of stroke is a great stroke. Just roll it back and forwards like that. Right? Into the back here to where I should have that rag up here, so let me get my staple gun. I didn't bring it in here, did I? Yes, I did. I've got a FedEx delivery going off today, so they could turn up at any point of time, but I think they're coming in about an hour, so I might be all right. Might try and get this finished. Right, so I quite like that. I'm going to have to change a bit of this painting. Where's my glasses? I'm going to go straight for the darks into there now. I've got some good darks. Now, if I mix the permanent rose with the blue ultramarine with a little bit of iridium, that'll give me a real dark, and I want a real dark in here. I don't want it just a black dark. I want a variety of. See how I'm twisting that brush again? I do it sort of automatically. Over we go. Look at that red in there. See that? I'm going to break it into the sky. Now look how that hairs are broken up there. Watch what happens here. Over we go. Back. And I'm creating random effects by just shifting the angle of attack of that brush. Back again. Now look at that. That's good. That's really what I want. I'm going to make it thinner. I don't want to get it too thick. Now back over. Up we go in here. And we got some sort of random looking things in the sky here. So I'm going to put some just things that might work. Look at that. Look at that, you dogs. How about that? Now that looks pretty abstracty, but you know what? I think it's going to work. So let me throw a little bit of warmth into that. So some of the yellow in with that permanent red or whatever I've got there. Now throw that in there to give it a little bit of temperature. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. Now, isn't that lovely? Just popping away. Let's throw some, put it up in here. There you go. Big hello to Roseanne and all the girls. Now how about a bit of green in there? There we go. Just pop it. Right, okay, down we come. Now I'm going to go straight into a nice series of colours in here now. I want to use this over we go. How about we put a bit of green up in here? Over we go here. I don't want to go up down too far because I want to put the figure in here. Look at that. See that? That stroke against, look at that nice curl against that warm there. That's some magic. When you've got a brush that is working with you like that, it makes it so much easier. Put a bit more red in here, maybe. Just looking at that. Nice and random. How's that? How about that, you dogs? Let's pull a bit of, I like that dark coming down there. So I'll try and do that. And even over in here, there's a bit of dark in there. And down in here, we're going to chase this part here I like. So I'm going to mix up a dark with a bit of viridian and bring it down here and just run it into here like that. Right. Of course, these sort of shadows occur, and I want to use them where they do occur. Clean that brush a little bit. Now let's just throw some foreground in. How easy is that? When I get some more yellow, better just stay there and I'll go, well, you can come follow me around in my mess over here. Here's the yellow, here's all the paints over here. But that looks good that does look good from back here. It's random, it's loose, it's got energy, it's vibrant. It follows on from the workout I just had a moment ago on the punching ball. So those of you who don't have a punching ball, you better get one. Now this has fallen off. Anyhow, never mind. Back we go. Let's take some of this yellow and just skittle it on there like that. Now look at that. Now that does work. Let's take it up into here. So you really want to see how to really use a fan brush. This is a pretty good way of doing it. I'm going to throw some green down in here so you can push the eye back up from the bottom. A little bit of foliage coming from the bottom there. Now, how about that? Now, what's that look like? Now, let's put these two trees, these bits of trees in here. See if we can do that. Oh, we've got one coming down through here. I'm going to just make it a bit more yellow on that. It's really got the sun. That was early in the morning, about 8 o'clock. I got out. I was on my way to the workshop in New Jersey, and this was just outside the motel, and I just took my eye. It was a very innocuous little part. It was totally unnoticed. You wouldn't notice it, but the colours were magic. And that's not right there. Let me just fix that up. Anyhow, we'll come back to that in a moment. I can do a few little flicks in there now. Let's do a couple of branches and things like that. Some shadow lines across there. Skip this brush around. Nice random strokes. All right, so we've got a setting there. All right, we've got a setting there. Now, Graham, is there anyone I should be saying hello to?
It's Roseanne's birthday today.
It's Roseanne's birthday today. Roseanne Matrico in New Jersey. It's her birthday today. Roseanne, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Roseanne, blow the candles out. There you go, big wish. Over and done. Another year down the drain. Another great year coming up. There you go. So anyone else's birthday today, grab that song and make something out of it. In the meantime, let's make something out of this. Now let me get some, let's wipe this off a bit now. Doesn't look too bad, but we need some more yellow there. So let's put a figure in. Let's put a figure in there. So, where's the figure gone? Here it is here. Alright, we've got a bit of a background there. I don't like that in there. I've got to fix that up. Well, maybe I'll just rub it out. We want to put the girl in about here. She's going to be walking. There's the girl. Umbrella. And the dress. Make it a bit bigger. Don't want to be small. Make it over there. Keep that tree. Head there. Umbrella. Right, let's cut that out. Let's rub that out a bit now. Right, we'll rub a bit out there. Now let's see if we can paint something in there. First up, we've got yellow, so where's my glasses? I'll put them on first. I think I'll go for the, I need some blue. Wait one moment. Well, just have a good look at that while I get the blue and get myself set up. blue, a blue. Now, I'm going to try and just block in. This is the umbrella. Just try and block it in the area. Something like it. Of course, it's not going to be exact because I've got to fine-tune this, but something like that. That's about where the umbrella is. Umbrella. Now, let's go and see if we can use our little brush here. And find the figure. Here we go. Now this is the liner brush. So we're up there like that. Let me go a bit darker. We need, normally what we do here, we find a middle value in the shadow. And we use that as a starting point. Now I'm trying to find the shoulder in there. It's up there like that. The back's quite straight. Down we go. We find the umbrella, the dress back here again, and we're going to find our way around. Notice I'm just making this very, very thin. This is your wet on wet layering technique that I use. I'm basically just blocking in the figure, and it comes out here like that. That's the back side is there. Down it comes. How far down we going? About there. I think it's about there. Looking at this. Last week I spoke about standing properly. I'm standing very erect, right? My both legs are right firmly on the ground. I'm not going to fall over. I'm standing very direct so that I'm well balanced. The photograph is set inside. It's vertical, the same as my head is. It's not leaning like that, leaning like that. Not like that, like that, and I'm not leaning my body. I'm standing very erect so that what I see here, if the line is there, then I can translate that line to here. Right? If the position of the head is there, I can see it here in relation to the other line. So I'm being deliberately correct as much as I can. Let's go for the skin colour. See if we can mix up just any sort of skin colour to start with. But not on the, there we go, put that in there. That starts about there. This is the shadow skin colour. The neck, the head goes up there, and the chin is there, and the head is at that angle. And it's about, in relation to the umbrella, about there. So now the top of the head in proportion to. Now, Norma from Orofino has been down to visit Diane Lang in Naples, Florida, and I think they've been painting together. So I look forward to seeing what those two ladies can come up with. Now there we are. That's looking okay. That is looking okay. Let's darken this. I've got the size of the head about right. That position comes down there like that. That's right. A little bit under the chin. That's right. Forehead. And then it comes out a little bit where her nose is. See that? All right. And we got that. That's right. Okay, let's clean that brush. And let's go for a bit of a, see if we can put in some lights now. Let's go for the umbrella, the light on the umbrella. So we're going to mix up a yellow, a lighter yellow than what I have here. Take it over. Just roll the brush, skip it around, and see if you can find where. Roll the brush over. I'm doing that brush roll again. Now, in the workshops coming up this year, if I do any, which looks like I'm going to be doing some, we'll do some outdoor stuff like this. We'll go out and find a spot that we can paint and do a background, and then we'll have a model, walk her in, and we'll look at how it works. And somehow or other we're going to paint it. It's somehow or other that's got the intriguing part to me attached to it. Again, making this thin. Now let's look at the highlight here. Back on her shoulder, down it comes. There's the sleeve. Down it comes the back. Back over reload. Right, notice I'm rolling that brush. Back we come again. Under the arm, about there. Back. Now the dress pops out a bit at the back and down it goes as it falls down there like that. There's another crease there. Back I go. And down it goes. How far down do I go? About there, I think. Now back up. Let's find another crease. There's another one that comes down like there. Then there's another one that comes in here. Now we're looking all right. Take that back. Let's look at the hair. Let's look at the highlight on the skin. See if we can get a bit of that. Mix up this is not a final one. This is just a working one. As we get our positions and shapes right. Down here. One stroke. Just to tidy up one now, and that comes in like that. How easy is this? You dogs are finding this very easy, they said. Now, but the hair, I'm going to go to the magnifier now. I want to see what I've actually got here. There's my magnifier in here. There it is. That goes back in here. My two-brush event. I'll put that there for the moment. Back into here. Now let's have a look at this. Now notice how I hold it. Alright? There's a photograph, there's a magnifier, there's the window. I want the light to spill in the side of that barrel. Right? You can hold it any way you want to, as long as the light comes into that barrel. If I put my eye to it, I should clean that. Look how dirty that is. Look how dirty that is. Right? Now that's really not very good, Robert. That's because I've been putting the brushes in there. So let me show you how I clean this. I'll put that there. I'll put this in here. Screw that off. Put it there. Take the lens. There's the lens. That's a good quality. That's a good quality glass lens. It's optical glass. I'm going to take a little bit of thinner now with my finger. Now if that was Perspex or some form of plastic, you couldn't do it. The whole thing would go cloudy. Right now it's going cloudy only because I'm taking the paint off. I'm just using my fingernail there to clean it. Now I'll put on the shirt. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Put it back in. I should clean this barrel as well, but I'm not really worried about that. Screw it back in. There we go. Look at this. So, now we hold it over the photograph. And you can see, if I move that over to the window now, and Graham will follow me with the camera, and you'll see just how bright that can be over here. When the light spills in the side. Now look how bright that is. So all the detail is revealed. The value is revealed. The colour's revealed. Right, so the photograph is only as good as what we can get from it. this is why I've made the magnifier, because the photograph holds all the clue. When you want to scale up a painting, right, you need to be able to have some way of reading the detail that's sitting inside the material, the reference photo. You can't blow it up. Well, you can blow it up, but yeah, all you do is all that happens is the value sort of seeps away, contrast goes, and the colours change, right? So the enlargement process doesn't work. You can put it, if it's a digital image, you can put it on an iPad and use that. But the problem with that is this. I'll show you. Right. What I do, that head's too small. That head is too small. Let me get that head right. Yes, you've got too small a head. And I'll show you this in a moment, what I was talking about. But while I've got the head too small, I better fix it. And it goes up, out there. Oh, I can't have a small head on a girl like that. Now we're getting better. Now, is that right? Yes, right, we're right now. Okay. Now, just where the nose is, right. Now what I was saying is that if you can use a digital image and blow it up and put it on the screen and have your monitor here, or you have your iPad on an arm. I've tried that, right? The problem is that when you're looking at something over here and trying to transfer it to here, your brain is having to reset itself. You're trying to remember the value of what is here against here. The best way of getting that value dead right is to have that image adjacent to this image, as close as you can together. That way you can compare the value in the value of that to that. You can compare one against the other if they're adjacent to each other, right? That against that, close, I can see it. If it's over here, I'm having to move my head from there to there, right? And when you do that, you're having to reset your brain every time. You can't recall. If I have it right against it, I can look at them together. So the point about the magnifier, where it comes out and stands alone, is that it's a device which gets you right, it gets your reference material right up to the point of painting, so that you can make the comparison in terms of value. You can make the comparison in terms of shape, line work. You can make the comparison in terms of colour, right? So you're right. If you're at the coal face, it's a little bit like this. If you want to fix your plumbing, right? Do you get the plumber or the plumber's wife, right? Well, if you got the plumber's wife, that's like getting an iPad over here or an image over here, right? You'll get something. She might come along and say, "Yeah, well, we can do that and do that," and she'll get half right. Then the whole thing will blow up, right? You really need to get the plumber, right, at the job. So this is getting the plumber. This is getting the man, the reference material, the information right at the source against where you're going, what you're trying to accomplish. So now I'm going to hold that over there. I'm looking now at the girl on the upper torso part and the head. All right, you can see that. Now I'm going to hold this against my eye, my right eye, and I'm looking right against it. I'm not moving my head at all, other than about 1/4 of an inch. I can see in here and I can see there. Right? They're both the same size now. What I'm looking at in here is the same size as that. And the angles, I can compare the angles. I can compare the colours. I'm going to now put in what I can see. I'm going to put in a dark, because there's creases in there. Now where are the creases? Here he goes. There's one here. There's one here. And it goes down like that. Then it goes dark in here. Look at that. Now look at that there. And now look at that if you can. So you can't, with a naked eye, you're flat out trying to see anything there. But with the magnifier, you can see it. And this is the important thing. Put them together, and I'm not going to make a mistake. So now I'm looking down under her arm there, seeing where that dark goes. At the front here, there's darker there. We've got some patterns on this dress, which I need to, if I scale this up into like a big painting, right? Look what I've done there. I'm shaping that dress, not just externally, but internally. I'm finding the darks of the patterns. Now I'm going to look for the lights of the patterns. Right? I'm going to wipe that, clean the brush a little bit, wipe between my fingers. I'm holding this all still as it. I'm looking at it now, and there's it goes a little bit lighter. So in other words, there's some flower decorations on there with a bit of pink in it. So if I just get a little bit of this, and I just drop it in here like this, that'll be all right. Let it run. Right. I'll just put a little bit of light in there, and I'm going to put a little bit of pink in there later because they're flowers. Now let's go down here. Do the same thing. Here I go in the bigger dress, and you'll see what I'm doing here. In other words, I'm just putting a very light bits of washes here, rolling the brush, and these will be decorative flowers. Not trying to paint. These are not finishing. This is just setting it up. Those of you in my workshop who've been, they know, you know how this works. All right? We're setting it up. We're setting it up. That's perfect. Now, let's come down to this umbrella. No, we'll go to the head first, up the top of the head. Now, let's go to the crown and glory. And mix up some yellow. This is still thin. See how thin that is? And I'm looking through the magnifier. I'm resting here. And up here is the top of her hair. And what lovely hair she has too. A little bit like mine when I was a bit younger. And it flops down the back here, so, and there's a bit of a turn in there. So now we're setting her hair up. Now let's go down to the umbrella, and I'm going to put in the dark in the umbrella now. So where's our yellow? We want a little bit of this, a little bit of it. That's not quite dark enough, but let me come back again. Mix up another one. That might be better. We want a sort of a grey. That's a grey. And I'm just rolling that brush. There we are. Look, there we got it. Now we got it, you dogs. Down we go again. Over here, on the edge. There we are. Not trying to cover everything. Leave something there. Now, that's improved the look of the umbrella, and it's showing us now that it's got a certain shape. And I'll dry that brush. Now let's go again. Let's see if we can pull that shape a bit more. I'm going to try and work up a deeper, stronger yellow now. So in I go towards a. This should be a cadmium yellow. Normally I'd use a lemon yellow there. It's a little bit stronger as I roll the brush over. Right? In there like that. Okay, there we go. That's all working. Come back again, Robert. And a little bit there like that. Now, so we've got something happening with the umbrella. Okay, back in again. Let's go for the darker darks in the dress. So into the blue, mix up a darker blue. There we are there. And where is it we going with this one? Okay, back up here again, where we started a moment ago with the, and we've got a little bit of one in there like that. We want that. Just that sleeve is important. And then down here, where the waistline is, we've got some look at that. Nice strong bold stroke down there where the fold is. Bam. Let's find it over there. A couple of more just general strokes in here. There we go. And let's put in some of those little, oh, there's a bit of red here. Now this is a local colour, the red. See if we can use this red. Well, we might as well. Well, it's not quite the red I want. I want more of a cherry red. Let's use this one anyhow. Because we've got a pattern on this umbrella. Back we go. Right, back up here. Okay. Back we go again. And over the other side. There we go. And our little part on the front. Clean that brush. Let's go around. We've got a bit of a frill around this side of that we might as well put in now. Let's see if we can do that. Around we go. Roll the brush. And I want to say a hi to Lon Erickson, who's would be driving around anywhere in the US right now. Lon likes to paint and was in many of our workshops, and a lovely guy to go with it. And of course Anita and Bob. So back over here again. All right, now we're getting there. I'm going to go back up into the hair. We've got a little bit of a ribbon in there, and I want to put that in there. You can just see it. Okay. Let's go back. And we'll do some more on the hair. Now let's hit this highlight. There we go. See that? Just a clip. Oh, I'm looking through the magnifier now, trying to find exactly how that clip falls. There it is there. And back at the back of the hair, just there. And then there's a couple of bits down in here, and then there's a nice strand there like that. Now the back of the neck. This is going to be a nice painting actually. There we go. Now here. Well, looking pretty good. How are they saying that camera looks, Graham? Are they impressed with the camera? Right. So let's mix up a little bit of a highlight blue here and see if we can knock this along a bit more. That bit of a sleeve is really important because it sets up the shape. Down we go here to the waist. And that's a nice, we need a nice bit of white in there, or lighter blue. There we go. Now that sets up the waistline. And down we go here. And let's push this along a bit harder down there. Right. So, there we go so far. Now let's use our pastry brush, our well-known, whatever it is, and see if we can do something with this foreground here. This is a skid technique. Right, now I'll find a pastry brush. You dogs, have you taken my pastry brush, Furby? Nanook? Look at Nanook, look at the state of him over there. That is disgraceful. I think that dog would do more better, a bit more. A bit more. Here, while I get this, put that one back in here, get this brush worked up. There's the state of it. Right, here's the state of the brush. Now I haven't used it for a few days. This is the one. Now, the other ones you can buy, I'll tell you, this one here. Right, that's one of the ones you can buy normally in Home Dilemma. But I've got to say that the hairs just come out too easily. So the one I've made is really the one to go with. Let's see if we can do something with this. Right, we need some white in there. I need to skip this paint. Skip it, boys, skip it. So I'm going to get some yellow. I'm going to lay this across like that, a run of it. I'm going to get some, what is it? Viridian. It's not vermilion, it's Viridian I've got here. And see if we can put a bit of that across there like that. And let's get a little bit of white. Whoops. No, just try those two, I think. Watch what I do. So I'm going to skid one across the other. And I go round and around and around and around and around and around and around. See that? See this? If you go to the side, you see what I'm doing. When I do this, I look at it and see how it's going. Am I getting globs on there? Right? And I am. That's what I want. So here I go. Now I'm going to land this plane. It's like a 747 coming in. I'm going to skip it in, up like that. See that stroke? Another one. Up and down. Come back again. No, 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 no. Up and down. Up and... Random strokes. Again, let's put a bit more dark in there. A bit more. So I'm setting myself up a little bit more. Where's the light coming from? That side. So let's put a shadow in here. Back over. Round and around and around and around. We're going to go for anything now. Strong shadow line. There's a strong shadow. And it's spiky. Put some more down in here at the bottom. That's going to force the eye up. Keep on going. Let's put a bit of shadow writing, some shadow coming in from the left-hand side here. Hard line of shadow, like that. That's going to force our eye back over to this side. Now, setting it up. Clean that brush a little bit. Now, what are we going to do? We've got to get this, we want some big light in there now. We want some light. So I'm going to get some white paint. I might try some pink or something in there. I'll go that yellow. I'll stick with the yellow first. Where's the yellow paint gone? Over here somewhere. Where's it? Put it? It fell down, didn't it?
Just there.
Ah, there it is. Okay, thanks, John. So, let's put this yellow back in here. There it is. And again, I want this green, so I'm going to push that into there and just skip it up around in here like that. You can see it starting to pop already. As soon as I throw that yellow up into that area there and across into there, I'm changing that brown into a brown green now. Okay, now what have we got? It looks fairly dull down in there, so I'm now going to spike it up. I want her to be enjoying her stroll through the grass. So here we go, and I'm going to go straight into a yellow, nice spiky yellow. Yellow again. This yellow is magic. You've got to have the yellow. If you don't have yellow, you're gone. That's all there is to it. It's all over, Red Rover. Watch now. Here we go. Look at that. Perfectly loaded. Perfectly loaded. That light is coming across from the left-hand side, bouncing away across. A little bit of green in there. Up we go. Down we go. Spike it up. Spike it up. There it is. Bits of green, bits of yellow in there. bit more down in here. Throw a bit of blue in there now, let's see if we can get a sort of a nice blue to sit in there. That lightens that up, that's a shadow. So we can't just have it all just dark. We need something in amongst that to make it, to energise it. So I'm going to mix up that nice pastel-y blue. There it is, look at it at the bottom there. There we go. That's what I was after. Now, not finished yet. I'm going to put in some flowers in there. Clean the brush a little bit. And we need some nice, I'm going to go for what's Brilliant Rose. Now where's that Brilliant Rose? Permanent Rose, where we had it last week. And I'm looking for the Brilliant Rose. I've got it. Here comes the Brilliant Rose. There it is. And we're going to see if I can power that across and make some nice flowers in there. See if I can do it. There's the colour. Look at it. See how thick that paint is? That is perfect. There's your juicy paint. That's what we want. That's why this brush is so good. Yeah, okay. Bounce it across. And a couple dark ones down in here, at the bottom in there, because they run in little pockets. And we've got some flowers in there. Now, let's get some highlights on those flowers. Just a couple of... And it's nice thick paint. That is your impasto colour. There's your impasto paint. And that's what painting's all about, folks. It's all about that. It's all about that. If I take my brush here now, I can clip these highlights. I can even put some stems in there. See that? How about that yellow? Why not clip a few yellows? How about that? How about that? Not too bad. All right, let's have a look at this. Have a look at this. Now there's the brush, right? That's what we've used. Here's our 3 brushes. Right, remember what we used. Now remember to see what it looks like. And take that off. And take that one across there. There you go, it's going to fall down. Take this one down here. And take this one across here. And what have we got? Not a bad painting for an hour's work. Well, we had the work out with the ball as well. And of course there's little bits and pieces to do there to make it all work better. Little bits of highlights here and there, just to energise these other areas. Bits of foliage that's grabbing some light as it dances through. Right. Bits of yellow over here. We can zip up some of these parts here, bits of yellow more in the background. Right. So we can do a lot of more things to that. Even the little, see those little marks in there? That's just a turn. What happens here? The brain joins the dots, right? We don't have to put in a whole lot of little twigs in that, because the brain will do it for us. The person who's looking at this will see it.
Deborah's asking if that's Courtney in the beach scene here. It is.
That is Courtney. Debbie, that is Courtney. I just went through the photos of Courtney, and that's her. And she's looking great. I'll tell you what, I look forward to coming back there, Debbie, and painting Courtney, because she's just like a mother. In fact, I think her mother might be, in her heyday, her mother would have cut just as good a figure as Courtney. So there you go, Debbie. All good stuff. I'll get a photograph of that and I'll send it to you, okay? And Debbie's got a problem with her brush. Well, with this brush, right? Which, Debbie, I'll send you one, okay? I found that this stuff here, I got it from Dick Blick, I think, a brush shaper. I tried this, and it's really, really good. We bought, I think it was Dick Blick, Graham, wasn't it? We bought that somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
Or Hobby Lobby, but it was about, I'm not sure how much it was, but it's really good for shaping. So if your brush has sort of gone a bit wobbly, use this stuff, right, and it'll bring it back. So Debbie, and I recommend this to everyone. In fact, I'm going to put that up on the website, on the Facebook, that this thing here with my brushes, it'll give them a longer life, a much longer life. All right, it'll keep their shape better. You just clean your brush with soapy water, then you put it in here and you shape it with, and you leave it, and it just holds its shape beautifully. So that's really a good one. So Debbie, try and get hold of that.
2 minutes.
Okay. Now that's about all we're going to do. So now that is a nice paint. I'm going to sign that. You know, if it was no good, I wouldn't sign it. But the dogs just said, they just gave me a bit of a look over there. They said you can go ahead and sign it. So here we go. Now I'm going to pick up a dark signature for this one, and I'm going to drop it in over here. Okay, might not be able to see that, Graham. It's pretty. Here's my. Oh, that's the one. And then across like that, and then another one, and then the N. So that's the signature. And that painting just needs a little bit more zing and pop to it, and it'll be a good painting. So there you go. That's how easy it is. And we've got some good mangoes out here at the moment, out in the tree out there. Can you go outside, Graham?
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look outside here. Hello, Furby. It's Furby. So out here, look at the mangoes. Now I've got some good mangoes out here. That one there. This is a giant mango. This will grow about that big. Look at the size. It's only small now, but that's going to be a big mango. We'll keep a track on that. See how big it gets. Got plenty of flowers on here. We had some bees come in the other day and nest in the studio. So we had a snake in there about 2 weeks ago, and the dogs rounded it up and pushed it out. So Furby and Noonup are pretty strong on things invade, aren't you, Furby? You don't want things coming in here, do you? No, you just want to. You've got to control of what's coming in here, Furby. You and Noonup have got to get on top of your game. All right. Just get right on top of your game, Furby. Yeah, there you go. There, look at that. She just wants to know, is everything okay around here? So there we go. Now I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend. Look after your loved ones and all that. And thanks to Graham for trying out this new camera. I hope it works out. Hope the sound is better than before. It just looks like an enormous bit of gear. Actually, it's great. Just got an iPhone in there, but it's the apparatus around that iPhone that makes it work. It sort of tilts and pans and does everything. Incredible. And it's got it's got a speaker. It's got a what is it called? Microphone. It's actually got a microphone that's as a separate unit, so it plugs into the iPhone. Great bit of gear. Great bit of gear. Okay, see you in a week's time. Enjoy yourself. Bye for now.